Okay, we are going to go live here. There we go. Hello, casual Claude here. Let me share my screen with you guys. I've had my own business for a while, and long while.
Okay, we are going to go
Oops,
live
there it
here.
goes
There
again.
we
Let me
go.
fix that. Okay, and let me hit share here. Sorry, little technical stuff all the time. There we go. Good. There we go. Um, Philosophy of Life and Business 101. Kind of some thoughts I wrote down on my pad, my talking points for today. Um, my philosophy of life is, I've worked for other companies, corporate jobs, everything. Didn't like it. Didn't like the commuting. Didn't like, I did live my life under their terms, their hours, their financial restrictions. So the key thing of the guts philosophy of life and business is have your own business for God's sakes, okay? It cracks me up, you're in the greatest country in the world for entrepreneurship. Do it. Get a niche. Get a simple niche. Mine was, I started in real estate. I took all my life experiences, college, business school, law, everything. And I got into real estate, made money there, learned some things, made a lot of mistakes along the way. Did one smart thing I always talk about. I had my mentor Max, who taught me about real estate, taught me about sales, the $1 million skill. So get yourself a niche is the first thing. Create a niche business. Make sure you have a niche business that's practical. Do some research. Are other people doing something same or similar? And are they making money? And how are they making money? And can you make enough money in that so you can have the freedom thing? This is all about freedom. Okay, that's your takeaway word for the day. Sorry, I'm casual because I'm in rainy North Carolina and I'm going to be taking I'm probably going to 7 miles today because it's yucky raining. Then I'm going to go swimming in sauna and steam so I can stay young and beautiful, staying healthy. Okay, freedom is part of freedom is staying healthy. Okay, we've all had friends and family members who left us too early, who got sick and ill. You got to just like your business, like your life, you got to take responsibility for your health. Get into that good routine. I know I'm on a soapbox today, so what? Okay, what the heck? The thing about it is, you want to stay healthy. What do you have to do to stay healthy? Got to watch what you eat. Don't eat crap. Okay, set up an environment where you have on my refrigerator is always full, apples, bananas, cantaloupes, lettuce. I have big salad every day. But the thing about it is create a business niche. Okay, that is sales centric. I talk every day about sales, the gut sales method. Great, untraditional, unorthodox techniques of sales success. Doesn't matter how smart you are, how much money you spend, what niche you're doing. Well, it does a little on those on what niche you're doing. It's got to be something that's practical, that people want, that solves a problem, it gives joy to people. But the bottom line, the missing link, and I've seen this over the years, and all the motivational speakers and gurus and seminars leave out the essential point. You've got to be superb at your powers of persuasion and influence. You've got to be great at it, and you got to work at it every day. You got to practice every day. You got to speak to 5 people or more every day. You got to make offers every day. So get yourself a niche. Make sure that niche allows you to make passive income, not feast and famine, money every day. Get a business that makes you a little money some days, a lot of money other days, but makes money that you control directly. Think about it. You work for somebody else. You got to wait for them to pay you a week, 2 weeks, and everything. Then you got to go to them and beg for a raise and things like that. Then when you want a day off, or something like that, or a vacation, you got to go begging again and do a lot. So you can tell my philosophy. Nothing wrong with you people who work with jobs and things like that. This is purely subjective. Take what you want from it or ignore it or click off. The thing about it is, the freedom thing is about having your own business and making the money you deserve so that you can live life under your terms. You want to live free from debt. Okay, get out of that debt thing, you guys. Forget about it. My biggest priority was to get rid of the not get rid of the credit cards. I believe in credit. I think you should have a lot of these gurus who tell you don't have credit cards, throw them out and everything. They're idiots. They're idiots. You got to act like an adult. You can. I have a ton of credit cards, and they all have a zero balance, and they all have five figures that I could go into any bank and grab a bunch of cash if I wanted to. That's because someday you might need it, or you want to travel, and that's part of being an adult and mature. Don't get rid of your credit cards. Get rid of the debt on the credit cards that you're paying 18 to 30% interest on. Okay, so that was one of my philosophies or goals. Be debt free. Be mortgage free. I own a lot of real estate. I'm mortgage free. Okay, that was my goal. I lived without a lot of my wife and I and kids, we lived without a lot of things. We didn't take all the vacations. We didn't buy every big screen TV. We didn't get a new car every week, and all the bling and stuff like that. I did double and triple payments on my mortgages to get rid of them. Okay. When you're debt free, you are totally free. Okay. When you have your own business and you can make your own money based on your own terms, you can work hard some days, you can work easy some days, you can take days off whenever you want. The truth of the matter is, however, that when you have your own business, you work 10 times harder for yourself than you'll ever work for anyone else. Okay. Never take a vacation. Vacations suck. Okay. Vacation. You ever take a vacation? The weather's bad. They lose your luggage. The hotel room is dirty. You're inconvenienced. You're not eating good food or what. All those things. Why not live in places where other people take vacations? So if you watched any of my videos, you know how I'm usually every 3 months I'm in a different place, in a different part of the country of the world. Okay. I live life under my own terms. I love in the winter to be in Colorado skiing. I love later in the winter to go to either North Carolina. It's warm here right now. It's been in the 70s, or go back to San Diego or Hawaii. Go live life without vacations. Live where other people take them. Have no employees. Okay, here I'm going to get in trouble. Okay, because all the gurus say you got to build your team, you got to hire acquisition managers and all that jazz. You don't need employees. You need to get off your butt. I do everything for I do the sales, I do the marketing, I do the training. My wife helps with the bills and things like that. Do we have outside people, subcontractors, independent contractors? Absolutely. These are people who work for us. They get paid. We can leave them, fire them, change anytime we want. They're not employees. We don't give them a salary. We give them a check for their performance. That's the way you want to operate. Absolutely. Hire people that you can fire in a second. Okay. Employees are a pain in the butt. You got to train them. You got to deal with all their problems, lawsuits, and all the other things that you guys know about. So if you're going to run a business, and this is the way I do it. And I know people will, no, I need to hire people to do I do it all myself and I love it. That's another thing. It should be on this list. Do something you love. The money will follow. Barbara Sinatar wrote a great book about that. Do what you love. Do something you love. I'm never going to retire. I could have retired a long time ago. I've talked about this. I don't have to retire. I don't have to retire because I love I look forward to doing what I do with my clients. My clients become my extended family. I love helping them to make more money in sales, in marketing, in real estate. Okay, I coach. I consult, I mentor them. I teach them all the dumb stuff I did, all the mistakes I made in life, but I also teach them the things that have given me a wonderful journey, a wonderful life, free from financial constraints, free from all the things that, make you want to enjoy life. If in the middle of the day, it's a Monday, you want to take Monday off, you can do it under certain circumstances that I'm talking about today. You want to take a nap in the middle of the day? Do you ever have a day? It's just 3:34 in the air. You want to take a little 30-minute power nap? You can just do it. That's freedom to me. Okay. Freedom to go to bed. This is my definition, to go to bed and not think about money, not worry about bills and responsibilities that are related to financial. Have a business that you can control, okay, that you can pay yourself whatever you want and that can allow you to be debt free. Be wealthy enough to be a righteous person, a mensch, a good human being. Okay. That's the thing. You hear all these people talk about things. Try to be a really good human being when money is a constraint. It's it's going to be hard. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's going to be damn hard. Okay. So the thing about it is when you have enough money, You can owe up to your responsibilities to your family, to other people, to nonprofits and things like that. You can be a very generous person. You can give back. You have time to volunteer or write a check. You can do all the things that are important in your life based on your ethics and the way you want to live. But I tell you right now, if you're broke, you can't do that stuff. You can't. Work from home. I love working from home, or plural, homes. Okay. Cleaner bathrooms and better coffee. Okay. And no commuting. I used to have a job with a Fortune 500 company. I had to commute every day. I sat for hours in the car and I just yelled at myself, you're an idiot. This is the way you're going to spend your life. You're going to do this for 20, 30, 40 years, sit in a stupid car in traffic, in gridlock, to go someplace where people who don't want to see you selling a product you don't care about for money that's not enough, that keeps you just about above the poverty line. Are you kidding me? I told you I'd get a little over the top here, okay? Do what you want when you want. It's having a business under your own terms. The way you get there, find a niche, something you're interested. Excuse me. Find a niche, something. Let me have a sip of water here. You guys don't mind, do you? Mm. As long as I'm on a soapbox here, I'm going to get pigeons on my shoulder soon. The thing about it is having your own business, being superb at sales. You've got to have a sales system. You knew I was going to say that somewhere along the line. Yeah, this is what changed my life. And this is my mission to teach you guys. You can start all the businesses in the world, but can you convert? Can you get other people to see the benefit of your business, whether it's a service or a product? Can you take responsibility for that business? Okay. And the great thing about the freedom also, I just thought of it, you can make changes right away. You don't have to go to a committee, or maybe you got to go to your spouse, your significant other, but she is my partner. The thing about it is, you have to you want to make changes, you get an idea, you want to implement that idea. It's your business. You can do it like that. It's wonderful. Okay. You want to make more money, you work a little harder, you work a little smarter. You want to make more money, you lower your overhead or your expenses. You want to make more money, you work from home. Okay. It's great. Today, the technology allows us to do that so well. Okay. You don't need employees. There's so many avenues. You know all the applications, Fiverr and all those. You can hire people for specific projects and get that done. And the thing about it is low overhead, high profit, consistent passive income. I mean, money coming in every day. I talk a lot about there's a video on YouTube, Joe Ades, Ades, little British man with a wagon, and he sold potato carrot peelers every day. It's on YouTube. Go check it out. And he says the most brilliant thing. He says never underestimate the power of selling something where you can make a little bit of money every day. At the end of the month, it accumulates to a lot of money. Consistent small amounts of income on a regular basis can make you free. Absolutely. My business makes money every day through multiple passive streams of the niches that I use. I write books. I have materials. You can see them all on claudediamond.com. I've got books for $35. I've got packages and mentoring and everything else on there that kind of shares my philosophy of attraction marketing, attracting leads, not spending a ton of money on leads, getting a few warm prospects every day, and not wasting your time on cold calling and bothering people who don't want to be bothered. On sales, it's the $1 million skill. I'll say it in every video. Okay, it's the missing link. It's this thing they never want to talk about. They don't want to, they just want to give you motivation. They want to give you information and motivation, but not perspiration. You've got to learn to be a talker. And this is coming from the former world's worst salesman. Nobody believes this. Okay. I'll get my wife on one of these days. And I was the shyest guy in the world. Okay. But you learn to flip the switch. You learn to build your confidence. You've got to have a sales system to do that. Once you master the art and science of persuasion and influence, sales, communication, conversation with people, and you have a good product, a reasonable product or service, you can make as much money as you want. I guarantee that, by the way. I guarantee that. So the beautiful thing is the guts philosophy of life is really to do something you enjoy, make the money you deserve, live life under your own reasonable terms. Okay. You can't just do everything you want to do in life. You got to be reasonable and, obey the law, be ethical, be moral, and a couple other things. Okay. But the thing is, it's a good journey. It's a good life. And all you have to do is just, get your own business and be great in sales. Get that niche. And if you want help with that niche, go to my webpage. I'll brainstorm with you for 15, 20 minutes, maybe more. Okay. ClaudeDiamond.com. Schedule in a 15, 20 minutes with me. I'll probably give you a gift or something like that or some of my materials. It's okay. And I do answer my own phone, 619-206-5960. Basically, nobody deserves success more than you good people. Focus on the right things. Eliminate all the distractions we have in life. We have way too many distractions. Would you agree on that? I believe me, listen, I love going to YouTube and Netflix and all the other things. But when I sit down and I go to work, I shut off everything else. And I can get more done in one day in my business than many other people can get in a week, a month, maybe sometimes, because I'm totally focused without those distractions. The guts philosophy of, we'll talk next time more about business, starting your own business, my philosophy of business. And maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Okay. It depends. It's freedom, right? Hey, take care. Thanks for joining me again. Bye bye.